Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another event video here on Marvel Strike Force. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the Lunar Rebirth event, which is going to be starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific. I have to keep remembering about the various time zones. I also want to cover actually some data mines for next Sunday's event, which has been revealed yesterday in the data mines. We're going to be taking a look at that as well. And I also want to talk about the bar that's been moved on this Cosmic Battle Alliance event. So they added astral energy into this event. However, they just pushed the numbers up for all of the milestones. So you can see here that the typical cap for milestone for this event was milestone 16 typically. But it's the same milestone cap for this coming week. It's just they raised the milestone numbers and now they want you to spend astral energy for this, which is an absolute core trap, because if you look at the numbers, it's just you're trying to achieve the same thing, but they're trying to make you blow your power cores on things that you might not even want to do. We're going to talk about that and more in today's video. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Now, very quick, you know what? Actually, I thought I had, yeah, there we go. There's my data. I have a data mine scene now. So let's talk about the data mines first, because we do have a few things here. We have Galactic Actually, let's zoom in one more. There we go. That's good. Galactic Awakening. So this is going to be next Sunday's event. I'm just kind of warning you guys a little bit, just because it is the release event for Ancient One. And this is really important because some people have asked me, what's the priority for spending cores and whatnot. And I did spend cores on Ancient One, and I don't really regret it, because I think she's probably better than Emma Frost as far as if you're going to choose one character to core. However, it does seem that, just like all the other characters, it seems this is now the trend, that the first character released in the team is the character that gets the release event. We got it with Gladiator, we got it with Sentinel, we got it with Blade, and now we have it with Ancient One. So I guess this is enough proof that the first character on the team is going to be the first character that gets an event. So this is the Ancient One event, and it's entirely battle world. Like TLDR, it's like entirely battle world. Now, as far as how many shards that we're going to be able to get for Ancient One, I suspect it's going to be easy to get 60 and a little bit harder to get 100. That's how it has been, it would appear. But as far as what's available, there is this Moondragon Awakening Orb, which you can buy for money, and it sounds like the Doctor Strange one, right? But as far as the points go, open a Shadow King Prep Orb. It appears to be a daily free claim. There might be some other ways. Maybe they're in the trial, the Shadow King trial itself, because this event is going to start 2 days after the Shadow King trial starts. Opening a Moondragon Awakening Orb, clear a wave in Battle World, battle in Battle World with Astral Team, and then get bonus points for Ancient One at 5, 6, 7 yellow, Emma Frost 5, 6, 7 yellow, and there's a little bit the Shadow yeah, it's being blocked. The Shadow King Prep Orb contains Dark Promotion credits and Essential Shards, whatever that means, right? Maybe there's some Illuminati and Annihilator Shards, who knows? And also, I do want to let people know, I need to go into full screen, actually. Oh, this one. The full screen. So basically, there's going to be an Emma Frost Team Orb. This is going to be starting in Battle World next week, coming out of the Elite missions. It looks like it's going to cap out at 1.5 orbs daily, about 3,000 fragments per day, starting Monday, I guess, on the next iteration of Battle World. So there we go. Those are the data mines for next week that I just wanted to cover that are event related. Let's talk about Cosmic Battle, because I kind of alluded to this a little bit, and this is Cosmic Battle here. But before we do that, I want to look at the Alliance numbers, right? So full screen mode again, and you can see how things have changed. Now we have Ancient One Astral Orb fragments, again, the team orbs here on the side, but you can see that the milestone numbers have just been shot up. So they've kind of just moved the bar a little bit. There is some point limits here on the Astral Showcase Energy at 125,000, but this is really asking a lot of power cores from each of your members to be able to do. Now, this is also at the same time that they're asking you to spend power cores on campaign energy for this event as well. So this part of it is a core trap, and we're going to take a look at the numbers. The Spec Ops thing is the exact same thing at 150,000, which for a lot of alliances can be quite challenging to clear. Like, I'll say my Alt Alliance, I think, landed somewhere around the 100,000 point limit, so we didn't clear everything, right? And mileage will vary on this part. My main account, I'm not even sure if my main alliance cleared 150,000 or not. It became pretty close, but we didn't actually clear that. And you would think that the astral energy was like some sort of Scopely being nice, but it's not, because they just raised the bar on the milestone points. So they move the goalpost, and that's really annoying. Honestly, I don't like that. So we're gonna go take a look at the math numbers on this. Allied supply free, the free claims, we've been getting about 1,000 per day on this, so it's about 24,000 per day for all your members claiming this, right? And so over 6 days, it's about 144,000. Completing your spec ops, right? Mileage will vary if you do clear this, 150k, and the energy is 125. But this is asking 5,200 astral energy over 6 days per member. Now that's 868 per day for 6 days, right? This is required. You get roughly around 288 for free. So you're looking at like another 600 that you basically need to core, which is 450s and 2 100s, which is 400 cores daily. They're asking to cap this, which is crazy. And the hypothetical point total is still the same at milestone 16. Is short of milestone 17. There's nothing you can do. And so it's pretty much the exact same thing that I'm currently sitting at for Cosmic Battle. They just raised this, they raised the bar, they moved the goalposts, and it was completely unnecessary. Makes them look nicer, but actually, in fact, when you break it down, nothing has changed. So a little bit of a gripe there with this one that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, let's cover some of the other ones. This is the web milestone. Let's go back into full screen mode. So we have the web milestone here. What's changed is that you're going to get 100 Doctor Strange Awakened Ability materials for this. There's also a lot of direct milestone points and the Shadow Orb, which actually is probably going to be pretty good because it's going to contain dark promotion credits. And if it's anything like that Voyager Orb from 2 weeks ago or so, that one wasn't too bad. The one that had the DPCs and the dark diamonds. I'm still kind of hoarding. At this point, I feel like I'm all in, right? Like I have to at this point. So I'm not saying that you guys should do what I'm doing though. Just to clarify, I'm just playing the game a little bit differently. As far as the charts go, it does appear that we're also getting Oath Night Stalker Orb fragments over here. Some more turkeys. We get a little bit of purple ISO stuff, not a ton, and it depends on how far that you're going to be able to push. This is a leaderboard, however, and so a lot of this is going to be dictated by how much campaign energy that you're going to want to spend, or your yellow stars probably on Thanos Endgame, because I imagine that only whales and krakens are going to have Captain Britain at 6 and 7 yellow star, and Ancient One and Everfrost at 5+ stars, right? So a lot of this is beyond your control. Thanos might be a little bit in your control, a little bit, maybe to 6 yellow, 7 yellow. I'm still not at 7 yellow, and I bought a strike pass, so take it for what it is. It's pretty tough to get there. And this other stuff is viable, though the leaderboard is going to be for diamonds, for Ancient One, and more purple ISO stuff. So if you're still chasing Odin, then you might want to try to compete on this with your campaign energy. But, for me, who already has Odin, it's honestly not that big of a deal. I don't find that purple ISO stuff really matters that much. Like, I'm not in a crunch for this right now. So Battle World coming up and going up in the various difficulties, I'm just going to wait for the slow drip on that because I don't really need that much more right now for me. So let's jump into the actual numbers. Let's scroll to the top here for Lunar Rebirth. Let's go back here. So it's a 7-day event that requires campaign energy, Battle World, blitzing for some reason because they're wanting to use that, and turkeys, right, as usual. Total milestone points is 400,000, including the whale stones. You are not getting that. The event item, however, is at 160,000, which is milestone 14. And the free claims, usually lately it's been like 500 points or 500 orb fragments. I'm assuming that's probably what we're still going to get. They haven't really changed off this in some time. The total web milestone points, however, is 40,000. That's 10,000 orb fragments plus 30,000 direct milestone points. So 5 of these dark promo orbs and what other, I think there's some character shards in there maybe as well. You need to spend 300,000 turkeys. That's not a big deal. If you're still like me, you haven't got a good drop on those Mephisto orbs, which I have actually turned to doing now because I've been farming now. I have Ancient One unlocked, and actually I got a jackpot. Believe it or not, I got a jackpot on the Emma Frost orbs, so now I have both of them unlocked. Actually, it's funny because I said I wasn't going to core the character, and then I guess the game blessed me with a jackpot on those stupid Phase 1 orbs. I guess I got really lucky there. So I have 2 nodes that I can farm for turkeys. I got all this excess turkey, so I'm just kind of saving and waiting for the milestone to refresh, and I'm going to buy one of these. I've opened 2 of these now, and I still have not gotten a red star drop from Mephisto. Unfortunately, my alt account, on the other hand, got a 7 red on the first orb. It's too bad you didn't get to see my face when that happened. I was in shock and also annoyance because, it's my alt account. I want it on my main. I also wouldn't be surprised. I think on Monday they said they're adding Doctor Strange's passive in here as well, so that might be something to look out for too. I also wouldn't be entirely surprised if on the last 10 days or something they decide to plop Captain Britain in here after the candy store closes down, which is closing very soon. Make sure you do your last spending on this before it's too late. As far as the points go, right, we have blitzing with Illuminati and Annihilators. This is free. This free game, right? You just need to do 15 times, shove them all into one team, do it 3 times, super quick, super easy, 15,000 points a pop. That's 30,000. Now the rest of this is like, mileage will vary a ton. This is why it's an orange, because I don't think that this is quote unquote reasonable, because a lot of free to play players won't be able to access these points. So I'm not going to really go over it. You can see it here. It's also going to be on my table when I release this, the video and the tables onto my Discord server later on. So if you do want to share this with your Alliance members, you can go and do so there. You participate in Battle World. I think this is honestly just a zone. I forget what they. It's not clear wave, so I think it's just clearing the mission. I think, or it's win or lose. They said actually. So I think this is pretty clearable. I mean, it's like 12 attempts, so there's 3 missions a day. I think it's win or lose. Like, is that what they said on the? I just want to double check. Yeah, it says win or I should change that. Win or lose in Battle World. Win or lose in Battle World. Okay, so that should be pretty easy to clear anyway. 60,000 points there. And then the campaign energy per day. I'm assuming this is going to be 4-1. The orb contents for this event is very similar to what it was for Astral Voyage, which is like 2 weeks ago. They had the DPCs and the Dark Diamonds, so I expect a very similar ratio. Also, you might be wondering if you caught my blog video. Yes, they originally had it as ISO 8 energy. Turns out, yes, the Datamines were correct, and it was campaign energy. So that got changed. It's campaign energy. I expect it to be a 4-1 point ratio. So that means if you're doing, your 200 cores daily in campaign energy, and you're not hoarding like I am, then you're spending about 1,100 energy per day, and that's about 4,400 fragments per day, or about 2 orbs in a bit, and then over 7 days, it's 31,000 orb fragments. So there you go. That's another light blue total that's going to be added into the grand total, and then, so for 200 cores, just in campaign energy, we're not talking about the astral energy and all that stuff, you would get to about 164,000 points. And so that, as far as where that lands you, it's milestone 14. Honestly, you're pretty hard pressed to get any of these other milestones past the bonus event, the event item. You're not really going to get that unless you have the stars on the other characters. So that's a little bit disappointing, or you'd have to core a lot. And the next one after that is 5 million gold. But honestly, for the amount of cores that you would have to spend for this, I personally don't think it's worth it. But that's just me. They're really chucking out red gear these days. So I'm not sure I'd really push these events that much more. I know a lot of people want to get these turkey milestones, but it's not really intended for free to play people to do that. So I just wouldn't go that ham on this. It's entirely up to you though if you're pushing for the event leaderboard and whatnot. So this is milestone 14, just to clarify. It's not a very hard event though. So this event does have a leaderboard, but the ways to influence free to play will come down to your campaign energy, because there's nothing you can do about your character stars, unless you spend, but that's not free to play, is it? The orbs are fairly good though, like the Voyager orb. It will contain Dark Promotion creds, which people did like for that event. Otherwise, it's a pretty easy event as far as what you have to do. Hopefully they don't screw anything up. I don't know how they could screw this one up, but you never know. It's Scopely. So there we go. That's the end of whatever the hell this event's name is called. I literally just blanked. Wow. Lunar Rebirth. There we go. That's the end of the Lunar Rebirth event video. Hope you guys enjoy your null battles later on today at difficulty 3, if that's what you're running. There may be some other videos from me coming later on today, perhaps if I end up having the time to do so. Otherwise, tomorrow is Sunday, which means there's going to be another great video coming your way that you're not going to want to miss either. So until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon, signing out.